Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm just opening up the gate here onto field 16 it is, the one that we've just done the hay in, and that gate there is open. I've removed the electric fence that we had here. Well, we didn't technically have electric fence here, but we're saying that we did, so that the sheep can go in there and just eat down the edges of the field and pick up any stray wisps of hay lying around. And we've got our small trailer here all loaded up with bales. I'm going to back it into this shed and see if we can actually get the bales to unload in here. Trouble is, I'm not very good at backing up, for a start. And number two, I don't know how high it's going to put the bales. Are we going to end up with bales on the roof? This is the big thing that I'm concerned about with this. I haven't got a huge amount of room for manoeuvring here, and I really am not very good at backing up these trailers. Oh, there we go. Sort of got it round a bit of a corner there, and if I can now come forward, I might be able to get it to turn the other way. So you've got to send the back of the tractor going the same direction that you want the back of the trailer to go, and then you kind of got to snake and follow the front of the trailer at the same time, and hopefully it should work. Right, I'm right up against the back of the shed. I'm a little bit concerned it's actually going to dump them into the middle of the post, and that's going to cause a bit of a glitch. I suppose I could try and move it over a little bit. Alright, let's try some fine-tuning on my shunting here and see if we can get the back of the trailer over without completely obliterating all the fences that we've got on the farm. I'm actually going completely the wrong way at the moment. So if I come over this way maybe, and then turn it round like that. Now straighten up, and then back this way. I think I'm actually moving it the wrong... Oh, no, we might actually be making some progress here. Straighten up, and then turn sharp. It should hopefully bring the front round. I'm not going to be quite enough here. I'm going to have to straighten up again and just sort of shunt the front of the trailer over. I need to go that way to shunt the front over, and then follow it, and that should push it over enough. Right, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. I'm angled over a little bit. I need to just sort of come in like this so that we can kind of see what we're doing. And now the theory is I should be able to unstrap like that and load with X. Right, so as now it's loaded, I'll press X again, stop it from loading, and then we press B to select where we want to put it. It's still putting it into the post, but I can't really do much about that. So I'll come to... I want to get a good angle on this. I think that's probably the best angle that we're going to get. And are you ready? I'm going to unload. I really hope that this works. I don't want bales going all over the map. That was fantastic. All it did was just shunt just a couple of them over. It just shoved over a few. It just sort of nudged them out of the way of the post. But generally speaking, we got the whole load. We got them in the shed. That is awesome. That is genuinely awesome. Right. Can I load these bales? Or sort of stack them up a little bit. If I put one, I've put a couple on their edge, maybe. Ooh. This seems to be working. Right. I don't want to do too much more now. I'd like to sort of move forward in time. We've done all of the sheep. The sheep are watered and fed. So they're kind of okay now. Oops, I didn't want to do that. The sheep are alright for a minute, and we've done some work in the grain fields. We've got weeding done and spraying done. Right, okay, we'll give these three up as a bad job. They can go there. They'll be the first ones that we feed. There, just chuck them in like that. I don't know if I leased this trailer or if I bought it. I'll have a look in a minute. We've used all our money up. We came here with quite a chunk of money and we've used it all up, but mostly that's on the sheep. So I'm thinking that really we want to go forward in time now. We've already got a reasonable amount of wool starting to accumulate. The sheep are quite happy. They've got water. Let's just take a look through. My question that I asked you all last... Oh, I know what we do have. We've got all of these grains, so maybe we could sell some of these and we could buy some more stuff. I'm actually thinking that we'll wait until after the wheat harvest and then we can do the wheat, but we could do the beans and the sunflowers for now because we get a good price for both of those, and we'll run them up to the top to our sell point. So we've got 240 sheep. We need to get another 260 sheep before we can sort of progress much further. We get another one in 37 minutes. And water is on halfway. So really what I want to do now is I want to... Yeah, we'll do a bit of selling. We'll sell those two, at least one of those lots. And let me just see what the situation is with the trailer. I can't remember if we leased this one or if we bought it. So we got owned, leased. We leased this one. We're going to keep this one for now, because I think this one could end up being most useful for all sorts of things. So let me just... Nope, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go through to there, so we'll leave it like that. The water bowser can stay outside for now. We'll come back to that one later. We want a trailer. What trailer have we got? And while I'm looking this stuff up, my question I asked you all last week was, did you want me to get the hayloft? You know, this placeable over here? That one there. And I know that there's not very many of them available in New Zealand, but there is a few of them around. And did you want me to get it and use it on this map when we can afford it? 2,994 people answered that question, which is, yeah, that's a huge number. It's a fraction off of 3,000, obviously. And 619 people said no, because, and the main reasons I was getting for that was it's not very realistic because you don't see them in New Zealand, or at least you don't see them very much in New Zealand. And then the other 2,375 people said, yes, do it. Partly because we haven't really done that before, and partly because you do occasionally see them in New Zealand, and they'd like to see one being used, because we haven't done it anywhere in any of our Let's Plays yet. So we will be getting that placeable at some point. We'll probably end up putting it over at the cattle yards, rather than back here with the sheep, because we will use it more with the cows, and then we can use it a bit, you know, we can sort of load up a trailer full for the sheep and then bring that back. I think that probably the best way to go about doing it. Actually, I don't need to have my flashing beacons on. We're in New Zealand. We only not the flashing beacons. I don't need to have the indicators on, the hazard lights on. So yes, that's that. That's what we're going to be doing with the hayloft. We will get it at some point. We're not going to get it just yet. I'm considering getting a couple of placeables that will get us some money, but we're not going to be doing that yet either. I've finished doing the weeding in Field 1. I've got a plan for Field 1. A couple of people have suggested this. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it could be interesting. My question for this week... I can turn those beacons off now. My question for this week is, I would like to do a bit of silage. And I'd like to make some silage at the McLean Biogas plant. We will be doing bale silage another time, but we're not going to do it this time. Do you want me to plant maize silage, or corn, depending where you are in the world, maize silage here in Field 6 and harvest that and take it up to the biogas plant? Do you want me to just cut the grass in Field 7 and 8 and possibly 12 as well? We might do quite a big silage harvest with grass, and take that up. So either maize there or grass in those three. Or would you like me to do maize in Field 6 and grass in just Field 7? So we sort of have a little bit of each. Maybe we'll do Field 8 as well, I'm not quite sure, but basically we'll sort of see how time is going and what it's like. So we've got just maize, just grass, or a mixture of the two into the biogas plant as a big silage harvest. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know what you would like, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. And I better just stop a second, because we are currently running in miles per hour and we should be in kilometres, because New Zealand is in metric, not non-metric. Right, problem solved. So once we have actually harvested this field here, I would like to cut down those two trees in the middle and plough up the piece in the middle, and see how well the machinery does with working the big dips where the ditches are, because some places in the world and some sort of ditch systems like that I've seen, they're just worked as a regular part of the field, and then they just take surface runoff when the storms come up. So sometimes you'll have quite a poor yield in those dip bits, because you know there's a lot of rain and the plants drown, that sort of thing. Sometimes they do just fine. Sort of no real hard and fast, it just depends on the weather for that year. And I thought that could actually be quite interesting. It'd also be interesting to see how the machines handle it. I think, especially with the combines, we could have quite an interesting time trying to cut the dips. We could end up with bits being left behind. But I also think it's going to help the hired help AI add-on that we've got now, I think that could make a significant difference to the what is it? It's the I can't remember what it's called now. Now, which of these is the one that we're supposed to use? If I just zoom out this side and take a look. Right, there's no icons on the tank, so I'm just going to assume that all of them are able to tip into the trailer. Come under there, and we want to go through and just see the price. Right, so we've got 1,500 for that, and we've got 1,300 for that. So if we go, that's still rising, actually, but I think we'll go for 1,500 for that for the beans. And the trailer takes 21,000, we'll be left with 36 litres of beans, which isn't a huge amount. It's not really worth going twice. So, R to load, there we go. 6,000. Ah, you're kidding me. We've got 5,000 in each silo, so we got to empty out each silo individually by the look of it. Oh, what a that's a cruel way to do it. That means we got to constantly weave in and out under all of them. And we come round. So we've done one of the middle. Let's do the other middle one. What a way to do it. Oh, that's really funny, that is. I like that. Okay, now it's not letting me do it. So where's the rest of the beat? Where are they? What? It said 21,000 litres. Hang on a minute. I know what it's doing. I think this must be a bug in the map, because we're only getting a quarter of what has gone into those, but it's reading that there is 4 times. It was reading 4 times that. 525. Yeah, it's reading exactly 4 times what's in here. Yes, that's what it's doing. It's reading 4 times the amount that you've actually got. So when we're reading our silos, we are going to just have to divide everything by 4, which is not as good as I was hoping, really. In fact, it's so poor. With just 5,000 litres, it's not really worth doing. So, if I... Right, we got that there. I'll start tipping. There we go. And now we have a look. We should see it. 3, 8, yeah. See? Times 4. Everything is times 4. Right, we'll have to remember that. And I'm also assuming that means that our farm silos are going to fill up a lot faster. Which, again, is not ideal. It's not really what we want. Oh, well. Right, I think that we need to now go and just, chill out, relax for a little while until we've got one more lot of fertilizer to apply to our 2 fields. So we'll just wait for that to be ready. Actually, no, I'm not going to apply another lot of fertilizer. It takes so long to do field 1, I don't think it's worth the extra yield. I'm going to leave that for now. So let me unhitch a trailer. We need to basically... We will wait until the following... We'll wait till tomorrow morning. And hopefully tomorrow morning, let's just take a look at some of our numbers here that we've got with the animals. 74 hours per sheep. So we'll see what that's like tomorrow morning. It won't be very much different. But the wool, we could have quite a bit of wool up there by then. So we'll wait and see. But anyway, I will see you in the morning. I'm just driving back from the shop with the Linda, and I was admiring the sunset. It's now nighttime, and unlike other maps, nighttime here appears to be complete and total darkness. Complete black, where you cannot see anything. It is eerie. Very, very eerie. I have a plan. I'm going to start spraying field 3, and then I'm going to plant it with something. So we'll be able to harvest field 1 and 2, and then we'll be able to do something with some of the gear to... we're going to start sort of working on field 3 at the same time. Give us something extra to do, I think. And we just come back in here and hitch that one on. Right, anyway, it's very late, so I need to go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. I am trying once more to use the AI vehicle extension. Okay, we've already run into a problem. So let's just turn that off again. I'm hoping that if I can at least do once around the outside of the field. I mean, with a combine, it seems to work better. But with the tractor, there's a bit of an issue. Let's just start that one up again. So we'll do this ourselves, I think. Do once around the outside of this field. And then maybe... the hired help thing will work for us. not quite sure. Let me try just pressing H again. It's doing its weird thing now. See, it tries to turn itself round when it shouldn't. If I switch that on and come up to there, maybe if I try it without switching it on, while I'm not moving. I'm overlapping the edge of the field slightly, so now it should work, but I think it'll still run into problems when it comes up to the other end. It might just be that it doesn't like a rigid implement with like the booms outside. We've got a field that is ready to harvest. We've got some wool up there that we could sell. However, if you look at the wool prices, so we got like a pallet and a half of wool. We're up another 5 sheep, and they're down to 3 hours and 55 minutes. So it'll be a little while before they go much higher than that. 1,600, but remember, we've only got a quarter of what shows on there. Yeah, 5,200 for wool at the moment. Right, that doesn't like that. So it doesn't appear to like having to turn at the corners. However, I'm kind of hoping that if I can just finish doing once around, I could then leave the hired help moving up and down the rows. We could actually just use the standard hired help for that tractor, and then get the other one out and start that one doing the drilling, because that will put a second round of fertilizer on, and then if we want to, we could do some weeding. However, I'm not quite sure about that. To do the combining, we're going to need to lease a combine because we went and sold ours, and we have the slight issue that we're at minus $4,700. So we're going to need to earn some money so that we can lease the combine. And leasing the combine isn't very cheap, so it might be better for us to just leave the grain standing in the field for a while until we have another field, and then do 3 fields all at once. Maybe not the best. Well, I know that we've got withering turned off, but that's kind of not all that realistic, really, when you if you just leave an entire field of grain just sat there for what is effectively an entire season. Don't really want to do that, so we need to earn some money. We could do some silage. We could do some silage bales. We've got a baler, but we don't have a bale wrapper. So we could do some silage bales and earn a little bit of money. We could do a bit of forestry to earn a little bit of money. We could go and sell the grains that we do have. That would earn us something. 5 tons, that would earn us... Well, it would actually earn us cash. However, I think we're going to need a bit more. So I'm not quite sure at the moment. Let's just get to the end of the row, and then we can set the hired help going again. And this time I'm hoping that he's going to behave a little bit more sensibly. Well, I think we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let me just get down here, and then we can switch it off, and then... Right, that's that one done. Now, if I move round, I could either use the hired help in here. It's left control H, and that brings up this little one here. So if I change it to move the vehicle up and down, it should, in theory, follow the edge of the field here, and then it should work. So I'll do that again. It's giving us a 15-meter width. Press H, and it should, in theory, follow this line. And then when it gets to the end, it should, in theory, shut off and turn round. At least I'm hoping it will shut off. It might not do. It might just leave it running. I know that the standard in-game hired help does switches off. So let's just see what are we gonna. How much is our combine going to cost us to lease? Even the cheapest one is going to cost us 9,000. Let's go back. And the Sampo Rosenlu header is another 6. We're looking about 11 grand to lease the combine. I'm not actually sure if it's worth it to lease the combine. I think that maybe, just maybe, selling the combine was a bit of a mistake. Perhaps we should have kept the combine. We'll have to wait and see, because we do have quite a bit, and we'll have to bale it all up and sell it. We've got loan. We can fall back on some loan. Now, what's it going to do here? I'm hoping that it's going to be sensible. It's shut off. It's turning. It's moving on up. And if this will do it, we can leave this one going, and we can go and worry about something else. I do have the drill ready to go, but I'm not actually sure I'm going to do drilling just yet. We might, we could, no, I was going to say we could go and sell a pallet of wool, but we really don't want to sell a pallet of wool at those prices. So we'll keep the wool. Perhaps actually the best thing to do would be to go for it and sell those beans. We've got 5 1,000 litres of beans that we could sell. It's going to give us 5, about 7.5 grand. And we won't sell, that's really dipped now. We get 7.5 grand, and we could also sell the wheat. I think we'll try that. Right, that one's going to carry on. I will go and get another tractor. I'll get the Deutz. We'll get the Fendt. I know that the money is ticking away with using the hired help, but I think it's worth it so that we can keep everything moving smoothly. We'll load that one up. It would be better if we could have 2 trailers. We've got a back hitch on this one, so we could always go and get ourselves another trailer another time. However, we won't be doing it now. Spin round under here. It doesn't matter which one we take. We only have the 5,000 litres. I'm really disappointed in that. I genuinely thought that we had more grains here. But we got 5,000 litres of soybeans. It is soybeans that we want. Yes, 1,600 that's going to get us. So let's load those up. Just 5,000 litres. We can run these up and we can sell them. And then we can come back if we need to and we can get some wheat as well. That's at 800 and something litres per 1,000 litres. Which again is a reasonable price actually for wheat. It's not very often you see it get that high. And then we've got these 2 fields here filled with glorious golden grain. And once we've done those, we'll come through with a baler. And where's our bale sell point? That is a valid question. Where is our bale sell point? I think it's up... Yeah, oh yes, of course, it's up at the yard, isn't it? We've seen there's a little bit there up at the yard that we could use. So, yeah, we'll do that. Hopefully this car is not going to get in my way. No, it's not. I'll meet you in town and we can sell this first bit and then we can come back and we can get some wheat and hopefully then we'll be ready to start our combining. Right, now, whoa! Why do these people keep running right in front of our tractors? Right, so after we've scraped the poor pedestrian off the front of our tractor, we need to sell our grain. Right, there's the wool sell point over there. The grain is this one here. And it's nice and simple because they've just taken the Goldcrest Valley models and dumped them up here. Where's our chickens? Oh, yes, of course we got chickens up by the house, haven't we? Does it say how much our eggs are? No. Let's move back to the map. There. Well, our house that we start off in is here, but it doesn't actually say that the chickens are there. We will have to... Oh, there's an easy way. We can go back through here, can't we? You can go and you can look here. Eggs in backpack, eggs in coop, 5. So there are eggs there. We can go and get some eggs. So how much are we going to get? We're going to get 1674. Then the wheat is 819. Let's tip that. That is going to take us back into positive money. However, we still need 11 grand. Loan available. Ooh, wrong way. And there we go. So we got loan of 105,000. Which means that we've still got 200,000 in loan. So we don't actually need to worry too much about more money. I'm thinking it might be better if we just... Do we want to sell it or not? I know that's a lot of money. There is a lot of money available. However... There we go. 800 up. We've only got 5,000 litres in there. Because remember, it's a quarter rather of what it is there. No, there's 5,000... Like 5,500, something like that. 5,100, no, 6,000. 6,000! Come on, Frith, you should know maths by now. So we've got about 6,000 litres of wheat, 6,250, actually. Which is going to get us another 3 grand. I think we'll hold on to that for a minute. I'll take this back. I don't think I can... I'm not even going to worry about a transport trailer. I'm just going to stick it on to the combine itself and ferry it like that. You car, you can wait a minute. I need to get in front. So I'll take this home. I'll meet you back here at the dealership and we can see about leasing a combine. We're going to need to go for one that isn't too expensive because remember, we're going to be leasing the combine. And I'm starting to think that getting rid of the combine may have been a mistake. However, we'll see what the prices are like and see how much money we get from our crops. The hired help in there is doing an excellent job. I'm really quite pleased with it, actually. So, going around the outside of the field, it does seem to make it struggle. But working the inside of the field, it seems to be okay. I'm not sure what field 1 is going to be like because it's such a peculiar shape. Even after we plough up the strip, the drainage ditches, I still don't know if it's going to work very well. So that's just something we're going to have to wait and see. Go going all over the place here. And actually, if we needed more money, that's a source of cash right there, is chopping those trees down and moving them. We might even use this trailer if we could chuck the logs in here. Not quite sure yet. Right, let's just stop that one there, and I will meet you up at the dealership. Right, we're going to increase our loan ever so slightly, and it'll take us up to $13,700. There we go. And now if I go into the shop, we can get... See, that one there is an extra $2,000 nearly, and it's not a better combine. This is actually the better combine. So if we lease that one for $10,000, okay, and then we go through here, that header there is 1400, it's 4.3 meters. This one is 4.2 meters, so it's not a big difference, but it's a more expensive header. So I'm actually thinking that we should get this header. It's a fraction wider, 14 feet. This one is, again, 14 feet, but it's more expensive. So I think that we can go with a case header. I know that you can't always put different makes of header onto your combine. That one there is 5.5 meters, an extra half meter, but it's another $740 to take it. And per operating hour, that's $1,400. Whereas that one is $900. It's an extra $500 per hour. I don't think that we should for an extra. What is it? It's an nope. No, not that one. There, 18 foot. Oh, it's extra 4 foot. 5.5 meters. A very feed 18 feet, and that's 14 feet. And it says, oh, it's 4.3 meters. You know, it might actually be worth taking this. I know that the combine itself is going to struggle with being able to unload with that header, but I think it could be worth it. And yes, I've looked around, and you do see... Right, we're going to do it. We're going to lease that one. There we go. You do actually see combines being used around the world with the wrong header on it, essentially. So we'll go over here. And this, yes, I know it's the wrong header. However, it's not completely unrealistic to use a header from a different manufacturer. I've seen quite a few different examples of this, because I was sort of thinking about this previously when we did it. Helper has stopped unexpectedly. The one thing I don't like about this shop is you've got to drive into the hedge to pick things up, which isn't very good. And let's pick that one up. There, see, that works just fine. And if I put the spout out, I think we're actually going to be able to make this work, because the spout does go out far enough. So this is actually going to be this is really going to work well. I think this is going to be quite good. But we need to get the hired help going. So I'm going to just put this one on the side of the road here, and I'm going to go back to the hired help in a minute. Right, this guy has almost finished this field. So let me just fold that one up. The plan is, once I've refilled this one with the liquid fertilizer, I'm going to put the Fent on drilling this field, and while he works away drilling this field, we're going to have the combine going. We're going to start here in a small field, and I'm going to use the New Holland on the trailer. I'll change the wheels over, and we'll put the New Holland on the trailer to run that out, and then we can run it straight up into the grain store, and once we've done all of the harvest, then we can sell the grain all at once. And hopefully it won't take too long, especially with the wider header on the combine. It should go through at a reasonable rate. But yeah, I did look up this when we were doing Sosnovka. I know obviously that the size of the header that we used on that combine was a bit ridiculously unrealistic. However, my research did show me that using different brand headers on combines is a fairly common practice. I mean, I know that the combine is designed, but for the particular header, but it's not exclusive. There's plenty of ways that you can make a foreign header fit onto your combine. So I'm confident that we can sort of get away with that. I think that's quite acceptable practice. I really do like the way that our hired help is performing on this field. It seems to be doing a really good job. Can it carry on doing okay? Yes. Perfect. So it's just following the curve of the field, and it's stopping at the ends, and there's no bits that have missed anywhere. Generally speaking, it's done really well, so I'm really pleased with that. I have just about run out of time now, so I think this is a good time to wrap it up. We'll just watch this one while he does his turn and everything. My question for this week is... I say watch this one, we're actually not watching it. But yeah, he's doing a really good job. And oh, he's just hit the fence. But then he stopped and he moved round. See, it is being intelligent. Although it is now spraying a bit that's already sprayed, so that's getting a double dose of fertilizer, which not necessarily the best thing to do. We'll ignore that. Yeah, so do you want me to do maize silage on field 6? Whatever silage we're doing, we're going to be carrying it in bulk to the McLean biogas plant and doing a clamp in there. So maize silage in field 6, grass silage in fields 7 and 8, and possibly 12 as well, depending on how well we get on with it. Or would you like me to do a mixture of both, do some maize here and then some grass here, possibly in 7 and 8 as well. So it is just maize, just grass, or a mixture of the two. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know what you would like, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Give me your views today in the comment section about what you think of the idea of putting different manufacturers' headers onto a combine. Do you think that this is an acceptable practice? Have you seen it being done in real life, or do you think that we should try to avoid doing that too often in this game? We should try to stick with the same manufacturer for combine and header. I'd really like to hear about your views on that, and I will read them and talk about it possibly in the final episode of this week. It depends when I can do my recording. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.